All right, and hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for round 22 of Realm of Racing, and as you guys can already see, we have absolutely horrific attendance levels here at Jeddah. It seems that everybody hates this track. Everybody has something going on this week. A lot of people have some family things that are going on. A lot of people just simply hate this track, and I can't blame them. I also hate this track, but nonetheless, the show must go on, and I've got my best friend here, Celestial, my partner in crime. How are you doing today?
Yes, sir. We're doing good tonight. We're doing good, and like you're saying, this track, in my opinion, it's a fun one to drive by yourself sometimes. Kind of, it can be, but it's not. Yeah, the race,
It's
ugh,
tough, man. It's tough.
it's yeah. Any little thing in front of you, you can have a Mazepin type accident so quick, where you're just not gonna see it coming and coming
But
around a blind corner. But
I do want to
hopefully,
mention
everybody's.
as well, we've got a little bit of teamsmanship here, obviously. You're not seeing either of the championship leaders here today. Tails and David. So David had to bow out due to a family occasion, and I believe that Tails also ended up bowing out of this race because he did not want to win the championship like that. So, I mean, that's honestly great to see from them. It's quite fair. I can't really knock them. I hate that we have such low attendance, but in fairness, Tails taking the honorary approach. If he were to win this championship off of a missed race, for him it might not feel the same. So I can't
Yeah, no,
blame him, but everybody else, you should be here.
no, I will not knock him for that. Give him credit. Who wants to win it on merit and not, by stipulations here and there and stuff, which hopefully it'll come down to the last race and maybe we'll have a nice little battle that comes down to the wire. But
I agreed. Trying to go through here, trying to get onto the Alpine. Like Hewlett, that's actually the Williams. He's invalidated. URL KK is going to be the first one to put a time down that isn't invalidated. Obviously takes pole with a 128.003. It's Tito coming across the line next. He sets a
Tito,
29.8, so quite a big difference there actually.
yeah,
About a
massive
1.8
difference.
seconds.
And we already got one retirement. Hewlett looks like he,
Ooh,
yep, came
and
across the
he's,
barriers. I think
oh
that's
yeah.
turn 4, roughly.
Yeah, it's so easy to just nick a wall and just
Oh
end
yeah,
up
I
putting
see
it
his
in the
car
wall.
backwards. Yeah.
Mm.
Tito just went by it. He was facing the wrong direction. Looked like his front
Wasn't
wing of
able to get
wheels.
switched on quite quick enough. But look at this, TC. Currently, I guess the highest placed driver in the championship right now, fighting, has just gone behind Euro KK. KK set that 28.003. TC set at 28.103. So exactly a tenth behind.
It looks like Canadian is going to be back another tenth, a little bit more than a tenth too from him.
Yeah, a
The
tenth and
time's
some
starting to come
change.
in.
Not sure if he was
And
trying to go again, but he just invalidated. So, yeah, J-Mick hopping into fourth with his teammate right behind him. They're separated by about half a second. APSR Drax, the sub for tonight. Well, one of the subs that we could find. With a 129.5. I'm not sure how much notice. I mean, I think he really had about 20 or 30 minutes notice. So, I always
and
respect
he
the
sets this
reserves
on the
coming in here.
mediums. Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
for
that's
sure.
true. He did set that on the medium. You're right.
No, when you're not expecting, uh, not necessarily expecting to do a 50% that night, then you get that last minute call, and like, okay, I can join in.
Right, and he's actually just improved to a 28.3, so he did 2 laps on those medium tires, and he was able to improve to a 28.393, which
Wow,
is
on the
only
mediums.
only about a tenth and some change behind Canadian, who obviously put his lap in on the softs. So he's got some pace.
Mm.
He's got some good pace there. The top four are looking actually pretty interesting at the moment.
Yeah, pretty close. Little gap there. Ooh, the Fido almost collects the wall. Oh, and they invalidate him for that. That's
He invalidated from touching the wall.
no. I think he came across the corner right before that, and it kind of slung him out, but it turned red right at that moment, like the track did and stuff. And I'm not exactly sure. That's why I was trying to figure out how they invalidated them for that one. Didn't really make a lot of sense there.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Oh, him and Bonhomme, the only two to not set a lap yet. Looks like Bonhomme, or he's on an out lap now.
Yeah, I think he's actually one of the only ones. KK just coming out of the pits, so he'll be set for a lap in about a minute and a half's time. But for now, KK setting up for what is hopefully his first lap time. It looks like the Ferrari's coming. Right, okay, no. He's going into the pits. I was just testing to see if he was going to maybe try to get some slipstream, but it...
For a second there, yeah, because he let Bonhomme go in front of him there. I was thinking the same thing, too.
Maybe he was thinking about it and just decided to pull out.
This track is... I don't know if the toe is really even necessary here. It might affect you so much. Did you just see a wheel on the track there?
I did not. Who were you on board with?
I was on board with Bonhomme.
I didn't see it.
And there was a random wheel on the track.
I might have just missed it. I wasn't fully paying attention.
It was where he let wrecked earlier, and his wheel is still just sitting in the middle of the track on my screen.
Oh boy. Yeah, you remember? I remember it very, very well. Spain of this season, this league race. There was a couple of in quali. We had like 3 or 4 retirements at turn 9, which is that uphill fast right-hander.
I do remember.
It left the tires there basically as a tombstone, and I remember commenting on it. So yeah, no, that definitely happens. That definitely. Apparently, that's still a thing. I hadn't seen that in a long time. I hadn't seen that in a really long time, but wouldn't surprise me at all if that was still a thing. Tails has just joined the session, actually. Interesting.
Okay, so Tails maybe gonna be in this race tonight.
Pushing out there. He's getting very close to these walls. In first person, this track does look very, very fun to drive. In a quali setting, it's nice. But just in the races, it's so narrow and the walls are so tight. I don't really understand how F1 didn't learn their lesson from these types of tracks. You know, seeing what Russia's been like, seeing what... And you can say the same thing for Miami. They're doing something very similar with Miami. So I don't understand the logic behind some of these moves. I mean, it's more like, yeah, let's just put it in this location and then we can build a shit track and it'll be okay. But
well, no, I've been echoing the same sentiment as you though, because I mean,
us along with many other fans.
At this point, we should know how to make a good track. At this point, you know, they've been racing long enough.
Absolutely.
We should know how to design a track. And even this track necessarily for other cars than me, still I don't know if this would really be
right. I've never even seen other cars go around this track. I would be kind of interested to see like maybe Porsche Cup cars or maybe even GT3s go around it. But
it could be interesting. I still think it wouldn't be just turn 1 is so. I don't know. It kind of jumbles it up. I almost feel like they could taper that turn 1. They need to bring that right in. Yeah, they need to just eliminate that corner and let it flow a little bit more.
Kind of like what Australia just did, what they just changed.
Yes.
How they had that tight right-hander, and then they changed it to just basically a little windy section that's gonna be flat out for F1 cars. Like, it's exactly what they should have done, but they just were like, nope, I don't know, we don't know.
That was my complaint, too, with this, because this track was built not specifically, obviously they'll race other series there, but it was more built for F2 and F1.
Right.
And they kind of rushed it a little bit just to get it in there.
I want to say this is actually a purpose-built track. This might actually be one of the few F1, I won't say few, but this might actually be an F1 purpose-built track. I'm not too sure. But I mean, I think they built this specifically for F1.
Yeah, I would think so. But I don't want to bash it too much, but I don't see it necessarily being a fan favorite that soon.
TC takes provisional pole. 2/10 ahead of Euro KK, so KK improved.
Oh, and KK comes to the line right then, and is gonna steal it right back.
Oh wow, yeah, he did do another. Did he do another lap on those softs?
Yeah, he did back-to-backs.
Interesting. So a couple people have done back-to-back laps, and it's worked out pretty well for him.
Is TC going to?
Interesting.
No, okay, he is not.
Interesting, interesting, interesting. It's not a big gap though. Um, and who knows what the tire wear could be like doing an extra 2 laps. I mean, if you're doing a double up, you're then doing an extra hot lap, and you're gonna have to do obviously the cooldown lap. You're doing 4 total laps. So it does make a big difference doing 2 laps versus 4 laps. Well, 3 laps versus 4 laps, I should say. But
Hmm.
I guess we'll see in the
Yeah,
race.
every
Like I said,
bit of
I've never
tire wear.
league raced this, so I don't even know what the strategy might be. I don't know. I don't know anything. I really don't. This is kind of a shot in the dark for me, but
Well,
we shall
it's kind
see.
of kind of like it was for the teams this year and stuff. You know, it's a brand new circuit. Ooh, and Tails has a little bit of a moment there on his lap.
And look at this
Yeah,
also.
no, it's very interesting because I have no idea what a strategy could be either.
No,
Is
I
it a
don't. I don't.
two, three stop potentially?
It could be a 3 stop, and I wouldn't know. I really wouldn't. But Drax has slapped on the softs, and obviously he's kind of backed up from the pack now in terms of times. But those guys have obviously already done their second round of laps. This is his second round of laps, and he's going in when the track is a little bit more rubbered in. And
Hmm.
I'm very interested to see what he does on the
Tails
softs.
is about to cross the line. He goes P4 on his soft, so 1:27.8.
Not a bad time, but our championship leader down in fourth. He's going to be looking to make a big dent on the championship here. Obviously, David not being able to show, and we mentioned maybe a bit of teamsmanship, but maybe we are wrong. And yes, we
Yeah,
did
Tails
make
goes over
sure.
tires.
Yeah, we did make sure that if you did join the quali late, you were to. There's a McLaren like. Okay, that was just a glitch. There was a McLaren like hit like it looked like it Yuki Tsunoda the pit lane like it hit the wall on the exit like on the right pit
Hmm.
lane. Well, I don't even know how that was, but it was a little bit of a glitch. But yeah. So Tails will have to retire after doing 1 lap, but we'll see if anybody's able to do much better than that 1 lap that he's just done. 127.8. Will Drax, J-Mick, or Thunder, maybe Von Homie, or any of these guys be able to make an impact
Still
on that?
riding on board with Drax right now. He had a couple little tiny moments, but still looks like he might be in for a decent lap though. I don't know if it's gonna be good enough to put him on pole,
And he's just
even
at
though
a
he just
purple.
gets a purple. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the first sector where he had a couple moments. He has been putting in some good corners here. He's gonna come up on this McLaren at the wrong time. Okay, Thunder does a good job to stay out the way. Comes around the final corner here on this track.
That's the final. The 2 corners basically at the tips of the. And he's going into the pits.
Okay, so he
He says, screw that lap. He's going into
obviously
the
feels
pits.
comfortable enough. Maybe he doesn't want to start on them softs then.
Probably does. He probably thinks he might have an advantage here starting on the mediums, which he might. TC's coming out of the pits on some softs. Canadian coming out on softs. KK's already started his outlap. Here comes J-Mick, I believe, the first to start one of his laps. He comes up on somebody exiting the
Yeah,
pits,
coming out the
but
pits.
it's a little bit of an
I think it
awkward
was
timing moment.
Alpine coming out the pits, and yeah, that pit exit is one of those ones where yeah, it could be a
Just
little
spit you out there, yeah.
yeah. It could be scary when you see that car coming out your peripheral when you're starting your fast lap and you're not sure, but
You don't know what they're gonna do. Yeah, it can definitely. I'm with you.
as a J-Mix car is
Oh,
bouncing through the
oh,
wall, it looked like there, but
oh
I
yeah,
think that's just a glitch.
yeah. I was on board with that. I saw that too.
Comes through the middle sector here. What kind of time is he gonna put up in sector 2?
So J-Mick may have just stolen that purple middle sector. See if that sticks. Thunder's gonna be coming across the line now. He improves, but he's not able to jump up any positions. Bio, I believe he doesn't improve as well.
Yeah, I
Canadian
think
coming
J-Mick
across.
might be on a good one too here. He's about to come across the line. We'll see where he
Canadian
goes.
doesn't.
And he only improves up to P5 there. Interesting.
So J-Mick does, yeah, he gets up to P5. Canadian did not improve. KK is invalidated. TC still on his out lap. He's just starting his lap now. Going to be one of the last ones. Bonhomie going to be, or no, sorry, that's KK that will get one more shot at improving on his time.
He comes through turn 1 here.
TC looked a little bit scruffy through turn 1. It looked like he might have carried in a little bit too much speed, and he's just invalidated.
Yeah, that extra little bit. It's so marginal sometimes
it
too.
is, man. Especially in that flat out section, it can be just one false move, one false flick of the wrist on your wheel, and you are either off the track.
A Ferrari into the wall there. I'm not sure who. Okay, yeah, it's
that's bio, and that's a shunt. That is a might have to wait still for the
he's still got traffic coming.
Oh, okay. Does well to
does
stay
a
out
good
the
job
way.
to had to let about 4 cars go through there.
So at this moment in time, I believe KK will take. Oh, as I'm saying that, Canadian takes provisional pole with the 27.454. We'll see if KK will have anything to say about that. He will probably be one of the last people to cross the finish line. We will see where this puts him, passing by the Ferrari, the stricken, broken Ferrari of Bio.
KK comes around the final time here.
Looks like May got a little bit of a kick of oversteer, but here he comes across the line. Does he have enough? He does.
He does. Look at how close that is. Wow.
I believe that's two. I always get these mixed up. I believe that's 200s. Or is it 2000s?
200s. No, you're correct. You were correct.
Oh, no.
200. Thousands is the very far.
Whoa. What is this? Connectivity issues. Oh, what? That's so weird. I've never seen that before. But anyway, it'll be URL KK, who is high on KK, by the way. I did not mean to rhyme all those things. Canadian Necktie in second, Total Carney in third, Tails starting in fourth, J-Mick in fifth, Biohazard in sixth, APSR Drax in seventh, Thunder in eighth, Bonhomie Texas in ninth, Tito Sampson in 10th, and Hewlett DNF'd early is down in 11th. That is how we will start this race off. I'm interested to see also, I don't know how dark it is to start. We are on realistic time. It's obviously been sunset-ish, I guess. But it looks quite daylight-ish. I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't really look.
No, it's not. It almost looks odd. Evening, but it's early evening.
It's like blue hour, like 5 p.m., like not even quite sunset. It's odd. Well, we'll see how dark it is come race time. I'm hoping that it is actually a night race at some point. Because if not, F1 really got this one messed up.
Yeah, no, that should be. It's gonna be tough for the boys, though. It might be interesting to watch, but I definitely feel for them though, because I imagine Dirty Air is gonna be a pain.
I mean, it's tonight. A faster Monaco, like.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's gonna be extremely tough to keep it on the track. Keep it. I mean, you got to keep it on the black stuff, because if you go outside of the black stuff, you're into the wall.
Mm-hmm. Nah, exactly, and you run wide, some of them turns, and somebody else has a big run on you, and like you mentioned, it's so tight with the walls right there. There's not a whole lot of room to stick your nose in sometimes, and everybody's definitely going to have to be on their A game and stuff for this one, though, for sure. But
yeah, hopefully no issues at the start, and it is looking darker, so happy about that. Get the lights on these cars. These cars actually do look pretty decent.
Oh yeah, no,
So good
those are
luck
like
to you as
should
well,
be a
Drax.
nice.
Sorry, Drax was commenting in the chat saying good luck to all the racers. Good luck to you as well, Drax. Yes, good luck to all the drivers. This is round 22. We have 3 rounds to go, including this one. After this, it is Abu Dhabi, and then the final race at Brazil,
The real finale.
the real
Brazil.
finale. I mean, and if you noticed in season, the next season, we're doing Japan as the closer. So you know, the other
That's another.
OG
Yeah, I was about to
closer.
say the other. Brazil to me either has got to be the first race or the last race of the season
It's just
and
one of
stuff.
those tracks, man. Regardless of what you think about it, it creates great racing. Because personally, I actually don't like. I've always had really bad luck on that track, like league racing it, for some odd reason. I really can't remember where I've had one
Yeah.
good result actually, and you would guess it. It was like my first race in the league, and I DNF'd in quali because I was so nervous, and then I came from the back and I got a podium. And of course, I always come from the back. That's like the only time I actually have good races, league races for some reason. But anyway, yeah, because if I started in the front, I'm crashing. It's a guarantee.
Nah, I don't know why you even qualify anymore, bro. You have better,
Dude,
you do
it's
better when you just
insane.
start in the back.
You have no idea how many times people have told me that, and they're being serious. Like they're not even joking. Like they're serious. Like you should stop qualifying. Like I'm really
I
good on
mean this
alternate strategy.
sincerely.
Like it's a weird thing. I don't know. Maybe I should go to a sports psychologist. They'll be able to work me out.
uh,
So what
Talking
sport
to
are
Ben
we talking
Simmons.
about here? I'm at F1. Oh, you're a driver, sim racer. Yes, yes.
It's sim race, no big deal.
But
Oh,
yeah,
good stuff.
we
Yeah.
gotta entertain ourselves on Jeddah. It's the formation lap. Come on.
Oh yeah, no, we got time to kill. The track, I mean, the scenery around the track, I will give it that. They did a
Oh
beautiful
yeah.
job building the scenery. Looks amazing. All the lighting in the bay and all the LEDs and blues and pinks and everything they have. That
I
definitely
love a
looks really
track by the
good.
water, man. I love a track by the water. Canada, I think, is like seriously. Somebody people have been recommending a night race at Canada for so long, and I think that is such a
That's
good idea. Like
actually, I'm surprised
such a
I've
good
never thought
idea.
about that. Honestly, that does sound like a
Like it's a
very
warm
good track.
play. Like it's not like Canada's not like they'll probably have to go there in the summer if they were to do that. Like that would
Yeah, no, you don't want to go there in the winter season
right,
for
right,
that.
right. But I think they could. I think they could make it happen. I think they could make it happen. Stick some floodlights around there. Throw a little
But I
LED
don't know if you
sign in the
remember.
ocean or whatever y'all have.
Do you remember when this race finished? They had that little track above the track with the lights.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
had some cool
yeah.
stuff going
They
on, man.
did. They did. We're about to get
But you said
started here.
lights. Yeah, they are getting close now, and lights are
This is
starting
a
to
terrible
build
view.
up.
If I'm being honest.
I know, me too. I had to over a couple times, and the revs are up, and the lights are out, and a good start for the Red
Canadian.
Bull. But Canadian has
Canadian.
a better start. Right into
Oh!
TC, and
Oh! It's
wings everywhere.
already chaos. And
Oh, and I'm not.
TC's
Yeah,
just taking the brunt of that, basically. I don't know what happened there. I started to see KK come back over onto the racing line after Canadian passed, and I just saw the contact happen. And I was actually
I
on board,
almost,
so I wasn't on the broadcast view.
I almost, I don't want to speculate, but I'm not sure if KK had like a poor start and maybe just got a little throttle heavy there, little whiskey throttle, maybe lost the back end right into the TC. I could be wrong, but
Yeah, the
oh,
Red
super
Bull.
unfortunate though.
So let's try to go through a run through. Obviously, Canadian got the good start, is in first, no damage there. I'm trying to see no damage on the Alpha, the McLaren, Ferrari, and the other McLaren are fine, but obviously the Red Bull, no way. Mercedes
Oh,
looks okay. The second Red Bull is okay. The Haas, okay. Hewlett seems to be okay, and TC obviously falling back. He has no wing at all. And it's
They're
unfortunate
trying to
it's not a
watch
full
the
safety
track.
car. It's a VSC.
Oh,
So
it is just a VSC,
and it's just
are we
ended.
going back green? Yeah. Oh, and I'm trying to watch it
So
back.
Canadian and Tails gonna be in for a good battle here. J-Mic's gonna try his best to stay in this inside of this fight as J-Mic actually goes into the pits.
He's gonna dip into the pits, so he must have picked up something there too.
Did he?
So Tails already up into P2 after the first lap.
He is changing his wing. It doesn't look like he has damage, but he obviously must. Puts on the mediums.
Acquired somewhere. Yeah, no, this shaked up the grid already.
Oh yeah, Thunder is up into P4, Biohazard in P3 right now. And we got to remember also penalties definitely could come into effect. Look at Canadian getting a little bit squirrely out of some of these corners.
Yeah, he's going to try to pull away as much as he can.
Bios just got past. Wait, no, I think I'm getting my McLarens mixed up. I remembered a McLaren ahead, but that was J-Mic, who obviously pitted.
Yeah, Tails is close. He's staying right there. I think Tails is going to have a big run coming. Though it looks like Canadian went wide through that last little section.
Yeah, these two are looking very close already. Tails setting purple sectors on the second lap.
Yeah, oh, they both go wide there.
Yeah, it almost looked like maybe Tails picked up a warning there. I'm not too sure. It looked like he might have just kept it in bounds. But look at this slipstream now.
Oh, it is so strong. He's thinking about dipping around to the outside here. He's not
He's
going to be able to make
He's gonna get a really good exit here,
he's
though.
Gonna try to switch back.
Takes the deep line to get the best run possible, but it's just it's not going to be enough quite yet. Canadian has enough space, I believe.
Yeah, Canadian using enough of his deployment there to stay in front for the time being. And this track is one of them tracks that could be proved to be hard to overtake.
Very true.
So that's why I feel like Tails is definitely trying to get this move done if he can early off. Don't want to be riding right behind the car right in front of you.
Yeah, if you're behind somebody with a low downforce setup, somebody that's just zooming on the straights, but maybe you're catching them in the windy parts of the track, it still might not be enough for you. Even with the downforce, as Tails goes wide again, but that one, it didn't look like he got nearly the type of exit that he really wanted. Not enough time to get close enough. He gets very close to the wall there, Tails.
As they both slide through that corner. That was a beautiful shot. Oh, and here's a nice shot from helicopter view. Okay. Tails is closing in so much of this last sector.
Yeah, Tails is so very, very quick in Sector 2. Already starting to notice that.
Oh, he closes in again. Is he going to dip to the outside here again? He might be close enough here. I don't know if he's going to be able to carry the speed around, though. No,
he goes around the outside. Canadian in the middle. With great car placement, but Tails is going to have another run, and this time I don't think Canadian's going to be able to battle this one. They're still side by side. Canadian's going to have to pull back. They almost make contact. But yeah, Tails does get the move done.
Succeed.
And Tails up 3 positions already. Up into first place. Ahead of Canadian.
See the gap they've already acquired.
Yeah, he's already.
And Thunder.
I mean, along with that, Tails has already got a second gap.
That quick.
To Canadian. Canadian needs to rein this back in if he can. But Tails might just be too quick around here.
He definitely looks very, very racy tonight, which I can't really remember a race when I didn't see him look racy so far.
No, of course. I think our other closest battles here are between Bonhomie, Hewlett, and Tito, fighting for 6th, 7th, and 8th.
A little bit
Obviously, Hewlett on the mediums. Bonhomie on the softs, and Tito also on the softs. Tito's starting to fall back a little bit. They're all starting to kind of fall back from each other.
Yeah, just dropped out of the DRS zone right there.
Yeah, both at almost simultaneously, both of them just dropping out of the DRS zones. They were within about 0.6.
And Drax and Thunder are big run coming for both of them here. The McLaren has a big run. Is he
Yeah,
going to be able to
look at
get through
this.
Bio?
Thunder going to the outside. Bio looking like he's just broke later. He gets he still makes it stick on the inside. So Bio keeping the position for now.
Yeah, good car placement.
Drax is right behind them as well on the mediums. If they continue to battle, he could be really benefited by this DRS and by them battling. Maybe even might nick a position off one of them.
Yeah, he's closed in, and he is right there on the back waiting to pounce here. Another DRS zone opened up. This one obviously a lot shorter.
Right, it's the last two, the DRS zone going into the final corner, and obviously the start-finish straight, the most likely places for overtakes here. As Bio goes a little bit deep, almost touches the wall there. May have just nicked it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to look because Thunder closed in quite a bit of it. There was like
There
Bio
was a
had
gap.
about a 1.5 or 1.6 roughly.
Something kind of odd went on, I think, because I completely agree with you. The gaps were much bigger, and I was looking for the smallest gaps, and it was for P6. And look at this. Thunder is
Yeah, it looks like
under attack.
Drax going to be able to do it on the outside here. He carries a lot of speed. Thunder gets a little bit squirrely coming out of the final corner. Drax makes it stick.
And he does get the move done, and they're both going to have DRS on the back end. So Bio maybe getting bailed out a little bit there from the battling from behind. Thunder actually loses a place, and he's raced very well, so unfortunate, but hopefully he can stay on the back. Drax is on the mediums, and Thunder is on the softs. Maybe we're seeing this switch over point now where the softs are starting to go off a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how many, look and see how many laps, because like you mentioned, some of these boys did run 2 laps in a row on quali on these soft tires, so they're obviously a little bit more worn.
Right, but I think so. Well, with KK, I mean, he's already switched off of those. TC might have done 2 laps. I don't think TC did 2 laps actually. Now that I think about it, so all these guys are on 5-lap old medium or softs in the top 8, and then behind them are the boys that obviously got damage earlier in the race. Yeah, Thunder just staying pretty close, within about 3/10 of APSR Drax.
Yeah, Bio able to just hold them back for the time being. Drax gonna have probably another big run here, but I think he's gonna be just a little bit too far back once again.
Yeah, and we've seen Bio before. He's very good with the defense. We've seen him defend for laps on end. We'll see if
Like
he's able to put up the defense here. Drax might go down the inside. He's going to have to turn in early. They do make a little bit of contact. Bio has to cut the track, but he was maybe forced there. That is kind of reminiscent there of...
I have never seen that one before.
It looked very, very familiar. Yeah, I mean, he went down the inside. A little bit of contact made, and the Ferrari has to take to the escape road. Maybe getting a warning there. Obviously, no penalty dished out there. But here he comes again.
Another dose of it, and once again, he's going to try to carry the speed around the outside, though, and maybe it's...
And look at this. I think he has gotten a better exit. This is getting a little bit dangerous now.
Still side by side through here.
Look at this.
Who is going to yield first?
Bio does go deep, and he's going to get a penalty as well. Drax might have the cutback, and I didn't even notice this with this battling going on, that Tails has gone into the pits. He's in P7 now, and Canadian also obviously behind him.
Yeah, this is actually for the lead right there. Drax takes the lead.
Right, provisionally.
With that move, and that was a... Yeah,
well,
exactly.
But Bio, unfortunately, picking up that penalty. He did run a little bit wide, trying to get the position, and then Drax was able to get the nice little up and under. The cutback on Bio. But Bio's going to have another run. And Thunder's also still just chilling in that DRS behind them.
Yeah, doing a good job to just stay with them right now. Keep this. So, yeah, so Tails did come out.
He's going to go for it. Oh, no, he's not. I think he's... That's really good racing from both of them. He tries to maybe hook it around the outside. Can't make it stick.
Yeah, gonna have to get back in line as he runs out of track. It's a beautiful defense there once again from Drax, and they single file through this
This is beautiful
sector.
driving right here. They're getting so close to these walls, especially Bio. Bio's really sending, but he's losing time to Drax. It seems like these softs definitely starting to outwear their welcome here on lap 8. Hewlett picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, so now this could play decent into Drax's hand, that these mediums, if he can keep these mediums up, and I'm trying to look at his times right here compared to
Yeah, he hasn't had to do much battling either. Like, he's done a very good job of picking his moments, picking his spots of when he wants to go forward. He made the overtake on Thunder pretty quickly, and he also made the overtake on Bio. I mean, he got that done within about a lap or two, so not much in it for Drax. I mean, he is in a good spot. It'll just be interesting to see where does he come out on the during the next round of pits. Because I do believe it's going to be a one-stop here, as Bio is going to shoot into the pits here. Thunder's going to take provisional P2, and he is still going to stay out on those softs. 8 laps now on the softs for Thunder, Bonhomie, and Bio.
His tails picks up.
Or actually, Bio has just gone into the pits, sorry. So it's just Bonhomie and Bio out there on their original tires. Hewlett has just gone into the pits, so he's going in for an early pit stop off of those mediums. He's going to possibly go for a 2-stop here, maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying to look back. It looks like TC's starting to climb back a little bit of that gap, but he's still so far back. He probably has a lot of damage early on. J-Mick as well. He's climbed himself back up a tiny bit from that early pit stop, but...
Right, J-Mick has actually done a decent job of getting back in there. Obviously, we saw during the VSC, I mean, TC was falling behind the VSC pace. So, yeah, without having a wing, I mean, he couldn't even get the car turned in. So he lost a lot of time there. I think J-Mick still definitely had his wing. Because I thought he had no damage, but when he went into the pits, he obviously changed his wing.
And I'm not sure if TC has acquired side pod damage or not there, because that was... I'm not sure if he ran into the wall as well after he got that shunt, but it was definitely heavy contact on the left-hand side, though, there.
Right. No, I'm still on board with TC, seeing if he's going to be able to get past Tito here. Tito is on fresh mediums, whereas TC is on 6-lap-old mediums.
Maybe a little bit of a luck up there, but...
Going to get the DRS here, but he has fallen back a little bit, 8/10 back. See how much he's able to gain with this DRS and the slipstream.
Oh, it is close. Wow, you see that almost.
So he might be able to time this. If he can get a good exit out of here, I think he still might just be a little bit too far back. Tito might still have just too much of a tire advantage. No, but as I say that...
Yes, such a big run there. Wow, the slipstream
he gets ahead of him before the braking zone. Probably could have switched back over to the racing line if he really wanted to. But TC does get back ahead of Tito, and I mean, the bad luck of TC just continues, to be real. I mean, he's just had a horrible luck after horrible luck.
Wrong place, wrong time, too many times.
Yeah. Now the gaps have spread out a little bit more now that we have gone into, well, most people have pitted except for obviously Drax. J-Mick's gonna have to pit here soon, and TC, well, not soon, but they did put on mediums that will not be able to last till the end of the race. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we get a safety car, but I think these boys, knowing that all they have to do really is just finish on track and they have points, I think I think they know better. But you never know on a track like this.
Yeah, Tails is...
We got some Drax fans in the chat. Drax is nasty. Well done, Drax. Yeah, he's in P1 right now. We'll see where he comes out after this, after he goes into the pits. I think it'll definitely be interesting. He's probably going to obviously go onto the softs. I doubt he's going to bail and run out of the strategy now. He's going to put on the softs when he does choose to come in. So he's going to be very, very dangerous towards the end of the race.
Come out in front of Bio, or it'd be close. I think it would be close.
Well, yeah,
honestly,
if he were to pit now, let's see, about 14 seconds there, 16. I would say he'd come out. It would be very close for him.
Between Thunder and Bio, potentially.
But because of how close, it's 2 seconds basically between Canadian and Bio and Thunder and Von Homie, and then J-Mick is about 3.5 seconds back from them. So if anything goes wrong on his pit entry or exit, if he loses any time for any reason, he could easily fall back. But at the same time, if he gets that perfect, he could definitely come out possibly right behind Bio. Yeah, as well as that, I mean, you could get the timing with maybe a safety car, maybe a VSC.
Yeah, look, it's looking at the gaps. Tails is dropped Canadian almost.
Yeah.
Right there already.
Yeah, that's about a 5.5 second gap now, and yeah, like you said, Tails. I mean, Canadian. I don't even know if he can see Tails at this point. Actually, no, I know for a fact with the layout of this track, he cannot see Tails.
No,
no way! Look at Tails! No. The helmet glitch returns.
Oh my gosh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh jeez!
Yo,
Sir,
I will never.
Dangerous.
Oh my gosh,
so
he actually just got so close to the wall. Oh my god! But oh my god, that glitch will never. They can keep. That's the one glitch that they can keep in. They can keep that glitch in. Imagine if they actually let you drive without a helmet. Like it was like a choice.
Oh.
Like in the settings, there was a no heading, no helmet
or something. Who retired and took his helmet off?
Yeah, he took his seatbelt off, took his helmet off. I think he might have had the phone in the whip too.
Yeah, his cell phone too.
Dude, yeah, Weber didn't care, man. He was like, screw the FIA. What are rules? But hey, man.
Well, no, I mean,
Leclerc
I just
held on to his mirror while racing and driving with one hand. So
I do remember that, or was I thought that was Checo, or
they might have both done it, but I know
so
the incident
coming into the pits again. Here.
Oh, did he hit the wall when I thought he hit the wall?
Because it did look close. I was on board with them.
They're changing his wing. They're changing his wing. They are changing his wing.
That is gonna cost him quite a bit right there.
That is. He's gonna have to do 12 laps on these soft tires. The Williams I can see in the background also coming in. That's Hewlett. And that's also pretty early. He's only done 3 laps on his softs. So now...
Wow, so a win potentially gone just like that.
This might have really opened up the opportunity here for Drax now. The sub might come in here. Because if we think about it, Canadian won't be pitting again, I don't believe. We've got 12 laps now. He can come in at any point, and he's going to have a huge advantage over Canadian.
I've been watching them gaps too, and honestly, Canadian, he's closed in the time a little bit, but not as quick as you would think.
Yeah, 7-lap gap between both of their tires. It's not ginormous, but it's also not a small gap either. You would think that he would be closing in a little bit more. Also, just want to say shout out, thank you guys, 7 likes, chill, awesome. Almost 100 views on the stream. Appreciate you all. Especially considering we have 11 drivers right now.
Yes.
We're out here doing our best, boys. It's the end of towards the end of the season. Jeddah is probably the worst track on the calendar, on this game, in my opinion. I would say it's the worst track on the game. So yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. We're getting good racing either way. The drivers that have shown up today, hopefully, barring any DNFs, will all be obviously getting points, except maybe that 11th place finisher, whoever ends up in that position.
Right on the back of J-Mick here, going out of turn 1 and turn 2 here, and J-Mick's just outside.
Oh yeah, J-Mick not trying to lose any time, not trying to mess with the championship leader. Very Norris-like, very Lando Norris-like, not wanting to get involved.
J-Mick slaps the wall there on his own. Did the same thing as Tails right there.
I wonder if he picked up damage. His wing looks fine, But I said that last time, and he definitely had damage.
He did the same thing Tails did, just the left side, not the right side.
So easy to do, man. You get one snap of oversteer, you try to correct it. I mean, you're going 100-something kph, and you're trying to correct some oversteer, and you're oversteering towards the wall. Like it's terrible. It's scary. It's
One
scary
little
out here.
snap, and
It can do it.
and it doesn't
for
take
you.
much, really.
No, it really doesn't. We know from experience. We are real drivers.
Oh, and Tails picks up a penalty there. I seen that
yeah,
coming. He dipped in wide.
I mean, I've seen J-Mick cutting just about every corner he can, and then I just swapped on to Tails, saw him cut that corner, and the helmetless driver. You would think he would have better visibility.
Well, that's why his eyes have to shut. He's got to squint because the wind.
So now I guess. Sorry, go on.
I looked at the game. I looked at the time once again, and actually, Drax had a bigger. He had 13.1, and it's still been now. It's back to 12.9, which is what it was 2 laps ago. So the gap has not changed one bit here from the leader to Canadian.
Yeah, and I mean I can see it up top as well. He's not really making any headway, so this could be interesting. Now Drax is gonna come out behind Canadian. I think he still could come out behind Bio. I think it's gonna now we're getting to the point where it's gonna be pretty close between him and Bio. Bio is about we've got a retirement, but I think it is in the pits, right? So now everybody that is in the race will be finishing with points. But no, as I was saying, it's about 5 seconds from Bio to Canadian. So that's about 17.7 seconds. I don't know how long. I don't know how long the pit lane is here, but I would assume it's anywhere from 17 to 20 seconds.
Well, short of anything from a VSC to a safety car, I believe Canadian is in the driver's seat, obviously for the top step, the podium. But I think you're right, though. I think Drax not might have waited maybe potentially a little bit long, though, because Bio's gap has not been staying the same. I think Bio has been closing in just a little bit.
In reality, the longer that Drax can stay out on these mediums and maintain this gap, I mean, the better position he's going to be in. If he can get onto the softs, exactly. If he can get onto the softs with 8 or 9 laps left, I mean, he's going to be able to just flat out push for the entire rest of the race. So
coming up to
right. Got 9 laps left now, and our leader is into the second sector now.
Yeah, no, he's done a good job tire management, keeping the delta up.
A very good job of consistency. For the first time, I'm starting to see the gap dwindle just a tiny bit between Canadian and Drax. It's gone from about 12.9 or 13 seconds to about 12.4 now.
Oh, he has another moment. I just went on board. It has a minor moment.
Drax or Canadian?
Drax.
Okay.
Just a minor moment coming. So I wonder if he's starting to lose just a little bit of that grip now. I mean, I would imagine so. 16 laps.
Yeah, and it's such a fast track with how many, turns there are. It might not seem just because they're flat out. Yes, he is. It might seem like just because they're flat out corners that, you're not going through much tire wear. But that's where so much stress is.
There's a lot of load.
When the load is being transferred back and forth like that, I mean, they're basically the turns on this track are essentially like warming up your tires, like you're doing the windy turf.
When I was thinking earlier when we were talking about different series racing here, I was trying to think of the weight transfer. Golly, could you imagine?
It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. Look at this. They almost made contact, but the Mercedes gets around the outside, and that could be big.
Perfect.
That could be big. Him coming out ahead of Bio, because if he got stuck behind them, that could have definitely given Canadian some leeway to start really pushing.
He's got 8 laps now and 5 seconds to him and Canadian. Can he make any headway here? But Bio is still in that DRS, so he's going to have to be careful from behind as well.
We know Canadian was speaking earlier. Canadian and Drax do have some history. They have raced in the past. Canadian was saying that he hasn't raced him in a while, but he was excited to see how he did because he did know. And I mean, when I added Drax as well, we had about 13 mutual friends, so I was like, okay, like you just know when somebody
Hmm.
knows what they're doing, especially if you've ever like, recruited or ran a league. Then yeah, when you're looking for people and you see that, you're just like, oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. I can trust this guy. Like it was just no question. I was like, all right, this will be
Actually
a good
raced with
reserve.
somebody the other day who was friends with about like 8 of us,
Yep,
which y'all sent me
it
a
happens all the
request and
time.
stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, yep, all right. Hmm.
KK picks up a penalty, but yeah, I mean the gap is coming
Yeah, he's
down now. It's
closed
about
it
to
in, yeah.
4.1. I mean, it's closing every single
Just
turn.
one lap, he's already dropped it down roughly a
Almost a second.
second.
Yeah, I think it is actually
So
about a second, maybe even more than a second, because I think it was at 5.4
yeah, it
when he
was.
had
You're
first
correct.
come out of the pits. So crossing the pit
So
lane
Canadian
again.
could be in. This could be go down to the wire here.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting race. We'll see. We're
Which I like
definitely going to
thinking
see
about.
them come up together. He's already within nearly 3 seconds. We're going to
Wow,
possibly see a
wow.
very, very interesting battle here, but I don't know how much
He's,
Canadian will be able to put up. I don't know how much of a battle he'll be able to really give with the state of his tires. He's catching so fast.
he is closing in. It almost looks like Lewis at Russia on Lando. He is closing in at a rapid pace right now.
Oh, it is very similar. I mean, until the rain hit.
I mean, he's already dropped almost 4 seconds to Bio that.
Yeah, Bio. I mean, Bio saw him for maybe a couple turns. Like Drax has had amazing pace all race long.
Wow, and I can see Canadian in his view now,
Yeah,
a little bit further
it's
on the
2
straight.
seconds now. So I mean, just in this lap alone, he just dropped another 2 seconds. He's doing 129.0. Did a 129.035 there. So
Yeah,
maybe
wow, it's
keep
closing
that
in.
for reference. Try to see. I mean, by the next lap, he might be right on the back of Canadian. I'm not sure it'll even matter, but we'll see what Canadian is doing on these medium tires. But it's not even close to what Drax is able to do at the moment. And also want to mention, Tails has worked his way back up into 4th. Total Carney has worked his way up into 7th.
Yeah, no, Canadian's best lap so far is a 131 something. So yeah, almost 2 seconds
Yeah.
roughly.
I mean, and that makes sense. And now it almost seems like he's just charging up the ERS a little bit, letting it, because the gap it's still coming down, but it's coming down quite a bit slower. He kind of seems to have relaxed now. He knows that he's going to be able to catch Canadian. It's just a matter of time. He can chill out, save his ERS, wait for the perfect moment, because he's going to have 6 laps to get this move done.
Yeah, it looks. Oh, he does. He's about to get DRS now within range. He obviously not close enough on this occasion. I do not believe.
Yeah, this is the first time he will have DRS. Not quite close
Wow, you can
enough.
see how strong it really is, though. Wow, he closed in so much with that slip, and with the double helping.
I mean, Canadian trying to break the toe, but we'll see. He's still closing
He
quite a bit.
might not be
Canadian
able to do it here.
already going
Canadian's gonna
defensive.
take the inside line here.
Canadian trying to maybe go for the cutback, but we just saw he had to break so much earlier than Drax. Drax trying to maybe break the toe as well, but you can just see it. Drax is breaking so much later.
He has miles more grip right there.
Yeah, it's an insane advantage. So Drax has made this strategy, the alternate strategy, work to a treat. He's made these softs, or the mediums, last nearly 16 laps, 18 laps. Canadian trying to do his best to stay in this DRS, maybe put up some fight.
Yeah, he's still hanging.
But it's just he's pretty quick in the straights, obviously with the DRS. But whenever there's a corner, you can just see the time that he's losing.
No, Drax is able to get back on the power so much sooner right now.
Yeah,
and with only 5 laps left, huge. These softs will definitely be able to hang on at a very good rate with only this many laps left. So, and we have a yellow flag, sector 1, and that is KK, and I think he is out, and it's not on the pits.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's gonna. There's still nothing yet.
Yeah, nothing. I don't think that's going to be a safety car. And has Canadian? No, So I actually didn't see Canadian's dot there. I thought Canadian maybe shot into the pits thinking it would be a safety car. But no, he was just very close to the back of Drax there. And I think that might have been his last opportunity. Because now...
Yeah, now he just fell out of it.
Drax has just floated away from him.
Yeah, it looks like that was the Red Bull. And he did bend it into the wall, but yeah, they've already removed the car. The Marshals with an amazing job able to remove the car
in record time.
Yellow flag.
We missed it, but Tails got past Bio as well, so Tails into P3. This comeback drive from him after having a little incident. I think he just hit the wall again. I definitely heard it. He just barely just tapped it. Oh!
Oh, it has
whoa!
A moment there, though.
Oh my goodness, Tails.
And a nice save, though.
Very good save. Let me check out the penalties really quick. So yeah, Tails, Bio, and Thunder all on 3 seconds. J-Mick has 6, and Tito has 3. So, not sure. Thunder might lose a position here to Bonhomie. That's the closest battle that we've got in this race right now. Fighting for P5 and P6. But I think either way, unless Bonhomie picks up a penalty in this last 3 laps, Bonhomie should be able to get this position. TC, obviously, a little bit too far back, about 14 seconds on some pretty old mediums. Those mediums are probably screaming at this point.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I feel like TC had to acquire side pod damage from that first hit at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like he got hit from several directions. I mean,
exactly.
It was kind of the old pit maneuver. He got, I think it maybe just somebody, KK maybe coming over on him and basically pinning him into the wall. I'm not sure, but it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest bit. Wouldn't. No, I mean, we've just seen it. I mean, week in and week out, TC's just had terrible luck.
Yeah, Thunder doing a nice job right there defending against Bonhomie so far.
Yeah, that could be.
And he's still right there, though. It's going to be tough for him to keep him at bay for the last 3 laps, though. But
yeah, they are on the same lap old tires, so it is an even battle in that right. But we will see, is Thunder able to withstand this pressure from Bonhomie, who will have the DRS.
All know the old adage that it's one thing to get up on the back of somebody, but another thing to get around them.
Absolutely.
And sometimes this track could be a little bit, but it looks like he's got quite a bit of significant speed advantage through there, though.
Yeah,
made
he's
it
got
look
it done
very easy
before the braking zone even came. But now look at this. Thunder's gonna have the DRS on this time around. That's the only bad part about overtaking there, but Thunder's lost too much time, I think, there.
Yeah, he had a bad exit there. Got a little squirrely.
I did see that from the broadcast view. He did get pretty squirrely out of that last corner, and that probably cost him getting a run there on Bonhomie. And it looks like Bonhomie will have P5 in the bag. And I mean, if he's got some pace in him, might be able to drain a little bit of ERS and get down into the second gap that he could maybe nick P4 off of Bio, but it would be quite a task. He's got, like I said, 2.5 laps to try and get below at least 3 seconds on Bio.
Yeah, as they're coming down to it here.
Yeah, the leaders. The yellow flag. Is that J-Mick? It is. He's kept it running.
A little bit of drifting there.
But yeah,
I don't see any damage necessarily on this car, but
yeah, the 2 leaders, I mean, obviously have just ran away with this race. Funny enough, Tails has actually gotten to within, the fact that Tails is even within 6 seconds of Canadian is honestly insane. And we have another yellow flag. I think that's J-Mick again.
Oh, he's into the wall and has to wait for a car.
Yeah, struggle bus for J-Mick, but he's going to keep it running. He says, give me these 2 points. I will not DNF.
Hey, every point counts.
It does. coming down to the end of the season, and especially with that mid pack, they're quite close right now. I'll flash the drivers up on screen, and yeah, J-Mick actually fighting for. Never mind. Yeah, I looked at it again. I was like, no.
He ain't fighting for shit.
No, like Thunder, like sorry, Vapor or well, I guess Bio like could make a run at him. Like Bio is about 24 points behind J-Mick at the moment, so I guess Bio could make a run at him. But I think he probably got this one in the bag, or at least he's gonna keep his P8. But yeah, unfortunately, Groovy having to bow out of the league because of school. We will most likely keep this top 5 though. Gelfie obviously not here today, and Azure not here today as well. So I mean, a lot of racers missing today. Could have been good points, but like we said, that is not our problem. Yeah, on the last lap now, Drax looking like he has secured a debut win as a reserve in ROR in the Mercedes. The Canadian gonna take home what is most likely a P2. And Tails with a comeback drive. I mean, I kind of wish we would have been able to document this a little bit more. We didn't really get his moves on screen, but what an amazing drive nonetheless.
Yeah, no, he potentially cost himself a victory, but a good job to get back up there onto the podium.
Yeah, and I mean, like many times, we've definitely been robbed of, I think, what could have been a really good battle with KKTC, Bio, Tails, Canadian, and Drax, obviously. I mean, that could have been a barn buster with those 6 guys just duking it out. But, I mean, this is race.